Welcome back. Hey Sagittarius, this is going to be your November reading. Not going to be for all of you, but if it does resonate, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. And let's see what we have going on for you. Sagittarius, you have two cards out here. Seventh house, which is all about relating and relationships. And you got this card in your last monthly, or maybe it was the mid-month reading. So probably a continuation of that reading if that one resonated. And then you have the Cancerian energy here. That could be placements in your chart. You could be dealing with someone with those placements in their chart. Going to be different for all of you. But it talks about the energy being very emotional, very emotional. You know, it talks about our relationships with our partners, with friends, with family, all of that being highlighted during the month of November. And, you know, taking a look at those relationships. How do they support us? How do they not support us? Finding balance there. Becoming more aware of those connections. It talks about feelings and being in your feelings. Talks about sympathy and empathy, comfort, nostalgia. So you may have a lot of nostalgic energy as well around you during this time frame. It's a very, like I said, emotional vibe, but it's also somewhat of introverted type of vibe as well. So you might be feeling a little introverted in November. 'Tis the cold season, at least if you're in the States. So, you know, a lot of people like to stay at home when the weather's not the greatest. But I feel like for you, it's kind of like an emotional introversion. Does that make sense? You know, the negative parts of this energy, you know, it can be very defensive, maybe too sentimental to the point where you get moody, you know, so you'll want to watch that during this time frame as that energy is present here. So let's see what else we got going on for you, Sagittarius. And don't mind my lighting, like it's the best I could do. Just take it. All right, so first card out is the Ace of Wands. I like that. So that's like a re-spark, okay? So if you've been feeling a lack of energy, I feel like you'll have a re-spark in that, at least in the beginning of November. It's also talking about like creative new ideas. It talks about passion. Holy cow, you got a lot of cards out all at once. It talks about you know, new beginnings, passion, lust, you know, things like that, right? So I see this as a continuation of the relationship sector being highlighted. I think some of you really felt left out in the cold in the past, or maybe walked on, or not heard, or not listened to, or, you know, something to do with that, where where there's this like the isolation piece of you that keeps wanting to go, you know, into that energy, I feel, even in November. But I also feel like in the recent past, kind of needing that isolation, I feel. Seven of Wands here. Sorry, let me show you the cards as well. So the Seven of Wands in this depiction is different than the traditional Seven of Wands. So I feel like some of you are ready to, you know, like I said, straight up isolate during this time period, at least for a little bit. You know, I feel like being out in nature might help you during this time frame, or going out and being with yourself, particularly in like the woods. You know, that's a really weird message. So maybe that's just for like one of you, but like walking in nature or in the woods will, for some reason, lift your spirits, I feel, during this time frame. There's something here about that. For others of you, you know, this is just talking about, you know, like I said, needing that time out, I feel, okay? Being a little bit closed off, being a little bit defensive, but yet there's the spark here. So in some way, shape, or form, you know, and by doing that, you are like somewhat healing or re-energizing yourself, I feel. So really interesting vibes here. Then you have the King of Cups. There's that emotional energy I was talking about. Then the Sun energy. Okay, so like I said, I see a revitalization of that, you know, of self, of relationships, being more emotionally available, trying to see the positive side, especially towards the end of the month, or, you know, surrounding yourself by positive energy, like I said. Be careful not to overindulge during this time, especially if you drink, because I feel like that'll put you more in the isolation energy, okay? So it's like, it's a celebratory energy, but watch it, you know, so you want to keep it. I always tell people it's not about the substance, it's about the energy you're in when you consume the substance, right? And that's, I guess, the message here for those of you who do indulge. For others of you, it's just like, don't overdo it with the food, maybe around Thanksgiving or, you know, shopping or whatever it is. Everybody has something, you know, that they, you know, can overdo, right? So I do see the Two of Cups here. So a soulmate connection here in November. And then the Ace of Pentacles, Three of Cups. This is amazing. Sagittarius. You know, new opportunities to be grabbed here, particularly in finances, but, you know, it can be any new opportunity that brings you some sort of grounding, whether that's emotional or financial. Hold on one second. I had to sneeze, sorry. Yeah. So I see that, you know, you have the Ace of Wands and then the Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, you know, if you have a creative thought that you've been thinking about launching or doing something with, I feel like this is a really good time to do that, because at the end of the month, it results in some sort of either new income or an additional opportunity, right? So following your passion during this time frame is going to be really, really important here, and it's highlighted. I keep hearing the phrase over and over again, so I have to get it out. The road less traveled. I don't know what that means. But some of you want to take the road less traveled, or that's what you're being urged to do or pushed towards, or something to do with that, okay? And then there's that Three of Cups energy. So I felt that energy of networking, celebratory type of vibes. Of course, the Three of Cups can mean not just being surrounded by your social circle, but reconnections, reconciliations, things like that, all coming here during the month of November. And it makes sense, right? Because your overall energy was relating and relationships, and taking a look at relationships, being surrounded by your relationships, you know? So I feel that energy here yet again. All right. So that looks really nice. Like I said, I think that you might be a little bit in your feels, you know, in November, and that's not a bad thing, Sagittarius. It's important to stay in touch with your feelings, right? And so I feel that here. All right, so that is what you're going to be dealing with. Man, I dropped my cards. That's what you're going to be dealing with during the month of November. And now I'm going to pull cards on the person you might be dealing with. If you're not dealing with anybody or you don't care to hear that part, then this is where the reading ends. So, Sagittarius, the person you're dealing with, the first card that came out was the Two of Cups. So this is a very strong soulmate type of energy, very strong connection. You know, you might feel very pulled to this person, and or they're kind of in your soul circle. Okay? If you don't know what a soul circle is, look it up. We have lots of soulmates in our lives. So, it doesn't have to be intimate, but it can be. Yeah, and the World card. So I feel like, you know, whoever you're dealing with here, Sagittarius, is kind of looking at this connection during this time frame as well, right? I feel like this person, you know, wants the world with you, honestly. I think that they're going through their own life cycles here. Okay, I have a song in my head. And the lyric is, you be so good to me, even when I don't say sorry. You be so good to me, Swear I don't take it easy. You be so good to me even when I don't say sorry. That was the lyric that came to mind. So, I don't know. That could be for you or the person you're dealing with. I feel like this person wants success here. Most definitely. They're slow to move, which is interesting. So like here they are wanting the world, wanting success, right? But they're kind of slow to move towards it. Or there's someone who really, really likes to take their time, okay? Or has maybe a fixed energy about them where it's just change takes a long time for this person to like get on board with. Or, you know, they do things in their own time, I feel. Star energy here. So this person is definitely going through or wanting healing, I feel, okay, within this dynamic, within this connection, all right, because I feel like this whole reading is about relationships, all right, for this month. King of Wands. So this person might have a bit of a temper, Sagittarius. They're very passionate type of personality, you know, and very confident. And I feel like they try to function out of their heart chakra, but there's something about their energy that it's also very calculating is the word that came to mind. Or very methodical, maybe. Ooh. Excuse me. Knight of Cups, yeah. So I feel like this person is wanting to offer love during this time frame, wanting to open up. You know, they may go back and forth between being like a bit moody, but I saw that moodiness energy at the beginning of the reading. But then, you know, try to reground it and be more emotionally available. This person, I feel like, is going through some sort of healing phase in their life. They're like, things are shifting for them, okay, with the karmic wheel here. Karma is at hand for this person during the month of November. They may have a very karmic connection with you. Like I said, I saw that earlier. And I feel like they want attention. They want healing. They want to come out of confusion. You know, they want to see things clearly. And I think that they've had trouble doing that in the past, right? I feel like things are going to come full cycle during the month of November, okay? And in some ways that balances the karmic scales out. I feel like you're over here, your heart chakra is open too. I feel that you feel this connection, but there's a part of you that wants some isolation during this time frame. And then there's a part of you that's very extroverted during this time frame, especially towards the end of November. So I feel that energy shift there. And if you haven't been speaking with this person, then hold on. Sorry, I keep sneezing. I lit some sage, so it's bothering. I don't know, it doesn't usually bother me. Anyways, what I was saying is if you've had if you've had like an ending here, or you know, a situation where you're on the outs with this person, I also see the possibility of reconciliation and this person being emotionally available for that during this time frame, okay? Because they want healing and they want attention, your attention, I feel. You know, the energy might have been stagnant in the past, but I feel it's moving forward. And because this person wants to come out of confusion, right? They want cooperation, I feel, at least during this time frame, all right? So I see that possibility here for you, Sagittarius. Overall, I think it looks like a pretty good November. Awesome new opportunities for you, honestly. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, what more could you ask for? So tap into that energy. Let me know how this resonated. Zodiac signs you might be dealing with. Cancer, Aquarius here, Leo, small chance of Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out my social media account links down in the description box below if you want to know more about me. Also check out my other YouTube, also linked below. I just do live chats there. It's just like a for fun page. But you can check me out there as well. And if you click on the little pink hoodie underneath my video, you can go into my shop and order your own hoodie with your own tarot card printed on the back. So check those out. Those are pretty neat. Till next time, love you so much. Namaste.